Wow, this camera is sharp. A 6x zoom. Hey, but I hope you guys are healthy and safe. I am in Hong Kong. I just landed in my hotel room. I had to rush here to pick up my package because I had it sent to my friend's apartment in Hong Kong, and it is from Oppo. This is the Oppo Find X7 Ultra. I am so freaking excited. I wasn't supposed to come to Hong Kong until 2 days later, but when my friend told me, hey, the package arrived early, I was like, oh shit, okay, then I'm coming. I immediately booked a flight and I flew here from Thailand just so I can get my hands on the Oppo Find X7 Ultra. I have other devices here too, but I can't talk about these yet. So this video will be on the Find X7 Ultra. Let me try to unbox it right now. Here we have it, the Oppo Find X7 Ultra. The unboxing experience is pretty standard. You have a rubber case, a Super VOOC charger, and a USB-C charging cable. And you see right here, you have two periscope zoom lens that covers the 3x and 6x focal range. I love this two-tone design. The top is glass, but it's been painted to look like metal. So it looks like you have a metallic top with a leather back. There's a plastic screen protector here, which I'm gonna rip off because I don't like the feel of plastic screen protectors. I'm gonna set it up, install Google, and then I am immediately gonna take this phone out around Hong Kong and take some night photos. Okay, so I've just booted up the Find X7 Ultra. I have not installed Google yet. I figured I should do that part on camera because some of you guys may be interested in importing this phone. The first thing you'll see is how bright the screen is, right? It's completely blown out right now, and it's not even at maximum brightness. This is at like 80% brightness. If I go maximum, it gets even brighter. So if I want to expose the screen properly for the camera, I probably have to get it down to like right now, like 15% brightness just for you to see the screen. That's how bright it gets. So this is a 6.8-inch screen, curved panel. Yeah, I know a lot of you guys are gonna be like, oh, we don't like curved screens. Okay. It's a WQHD resolution. So the screen gets up to 1600 nits of brightness normally, like across the entire panel. But specific portions can reach an absolute peak brightness of 4500 nits. I'm gonna try to install Google first. So usually if you jump into Oppo's app market, you may be able to install Google directly right here. There might be like a Google Play Store here, but if not, then you just go to APK Pure or APK Mirror. Yeah, so I searched for Gmail, and there is Gmail in the Oppo App Store. I'm gonna install. So I'm gonna install Gmail, and it should work right away because the Google mobile services framework, it's built into the phone. The phones that ship in China have that Google framework in there. They just don't activate it out of the box. You have to install a Google app. Then from there, you should just be able to add an email address, jump straight into settings. Yeah, so right now, see, I'm already signing into my Google account. So yeah, it's running normally. My Google account is signed in. Okay, so I'm gonna take this guy out very soon. Let's first go over the camera hardware really fast. So right here is the main camera. This is a brand new sensor. It's a Sony LYT-900, and it is a 1-inch sensor. That's an evolution, a next step from the Sony IMX989. Down here is an ultra-wide sensor, is a Sony LYT-600. Two zoom lenses. So right here, you have a 3x periscope zoom lens, Sony IMX890. So the IMX890 has a sensor size of 1/1.56 inch, which is relatively large. On top of that, it is paired with a f2.6 aperture. So in terms of aperture and sensor size, this 3x zoom lens is larger and faster than just about any other zoom lens on the market. Up here, it's another periscope zoom lens. This is the Sony IMX858. It has an image sensor size of 1/2.5. Okay, enough talk. I'm gonna take this camera out and do some shooting now. I'm gonna compare photos of this camera against the iPhone 15 Pro Max, the Google Pixel 8 Pro, and the Vivo X100 Pro. Let's go. Ooh, kind of cold up here. Okay, let's take a zoom shot into that building. So you can see a big difference in light intake ability between the Oppo and the iPhone. Now Vivo and Pixel produce an even brighter image, but both of these phones also use night mode. If you look at all four of these shots side by side, I think the iPhone is the weakest shot. 3x periscope zoom lens, 6x periscope zoom lens, 5x zoom with the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Looking at zoom photos, it is no surprise that the Oppo is already kicking the iPhone's butt. Look at how soft the iPhone's 5x shot is. Vivo and Pixel both did a better job than the iPhone 2. You look at all four shots side by side, I think the Oppo shot is the best of the bunch. It has the most details. take a couple of shots with our main camera. So right here, all three of these shots look pretty good until you zoom in to pixel peep. Then you see the iPhone blows out the lights while the pixel's image is very noisy. Let's do a 15x zoom too. For the 15x zoom, if you don't pixel peep too much, all three of these shots look pretty good. But then again, if you pixel peep, you can see the iPhone and the pixel image is much noisier and softer on details. So the reason telephoto photography it's becoming more and more important, it's because the main camera of most smartphones are actually a little bit too wide. Almost all smartphones right now, the main camera shoot at 24 or 23 millimeter, and that's just like a really awkward focal length. So that's why the telephoto lens actually gives you a more natural framing of shots. Also, when you shoot with telephoto, it compresses the background a little bit, which is better when you're taking portraits or also architecture. So I'm trying to find some type of object right now I can shoot right here. I'm gonna try to take a portrait telephoto shot of this from kind of far, and then it'll have a little bit of a background blur from the background and the compression. So I go across the street. Okay, so I'm gonna do a 3x shot, 6x shot. Check out the natural bokeh around the 6x image. iPhone 5x telephoto, v4.3x zoom, the Pixel 8 Pro 5x periscope. So once again, the iPhone zoom lens is the worst of the bunch. This really shouldn't be a surprise because the other three phones have periscope zoom lens with a larger sensor too. So I am squatted right now in the middle of a street with cars driving. These camera tests are a lot of work, man. If you appreciate the effort that I put in, please consider subscribing to my channel because it would be a hell lot easier to make this video sitting in a studio. I choose to film outside because it's more dynamic and it gets better results. Test Oppo stabilization. So this is main camera. I'm holding the phone with one hand. I'm gonna go down these stairs. Are you watching main camera footage shot with the Find X7 Ultra? Camera footage now. Oh, I have the whole train to myself. Okay, so now you're watching main camera footage with the Oppo Find X7 Ultra and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So the main camera, video footage should be pretty even in terms of like lighting and noise because the iPhone main camera is pretty good. But now I'm gonna switch to a zoom lens. So I'm gonna shoot a 5x video of the iPhone and a 6x video with the Oppo. Okay, so right now, 6x of Oppo, 5x of iPhone. You should be able to see that the iPhone footage has a lot more noise. So one of the problems I have with the Find X6 Pro is that I found that the camera overexposed a lot, and the same is true for the Find X7 Ultra. So if I snap a shot normally, I think the shot just looks a little bit too bright for my taste. But fortunately, Oppo built a button at the top of the camera UI right here. It's EV, and it allows you to adjust the exposure settings. So there's a slider. So if I slide it down to -7, and now I snap the same shot again, suddenly I think this shot looks a lot better. And the good news is this exposure setting, it stays in place even as you exit out the app and you put the phone to sleep, you turn it back on, you jump back in, it stays at the setting that you last set it. There's also a bunch of filters right here, including a vintage film filter that I kind of like. Okay, it is now the second day. We finally have the sun out. So let's do some zoom photography with good lighting. Let's take a zoom shot into Santa right here from all the way here on this table. So I'm gonna do one zoom at the default optical length and then a 15x zoom. So 6x zoom with the 15x zoom. So all four of these are the default optical zoom. From afar they look pretty good, but when you zoom in the pixel peep, you can see Oppo's 6x zoom is noticeably sharper and cleaner. Particularly look at the Santa's beard. You see more texture in Oppo's shot. Here's the 15x zoom shot, and even without zooming in any further, you can see the iPhone's image is very noisy. If I zoom in a little bit more, you see Vivo and Oppo's 15x shot is better than the other two. Main camera footage right now of the Oppo Find X7 Ultra. Alright, so you're watching 6x zoom right now with the Oppo Find X7 Ultra, and I'm walking, holding the phone with one hand. So we'll see how stable this footage is. This is 6x zoom right now. Main camera footage, 3.2x, 6.5x, 10x, 10x zoom right now, 16x, 18x, so it maxes out at 18x. Back to the main camera right here. Okay, so let's take some zoom photography down that hill right there. So we'll do a 6x optical zoom. And then a 25x zoom, because that's the maximum that the iPhone can do. Oh yeah, you can shoot 4K 30 with the front-facing camera, which a lot of you guys care about. I don't, but you know. Okay, I'm gonna wrap up the video here because I have a lot more work to do. Obviously, this is not a full review. I've only had about 9-10 hours of the phone so far. But you can see that the camera system is really good. I like playing with all the filters. And also having two zoom lenses really adds a lot of versatility because you get natural bokeh at 3x 72mm and 6x 135mm. You can get really good 10x and pretty solid 20x and 30x zoom shots too if you have good lighting. As for the rest of the hardware, obviously is top notch. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, 5000 mAh battery. And one more thing to point out, there is an alert slider on the left side of the phone, just like OnePlus devices. So yeah, this is my very early first look at the Oppo Find X7 Ultra. My SIM is going in here. It's going to be my daily driver going forward, and expect more videos and photo samples from this guy. If you want to see more samples in real time as I snap them, follow me on Instagram at Ben's Gadget Reviews. I'll be posting samples there basically all the time. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.